GM, don't be exit liquidity episode 1. So today we are going to discuss about TIA, so Celestia, you know it. Is it a good buy here or should we not buy here? So the thing here is always the same thing, you know. When buying an asset, especially with some unlocks and some inflation, you want to be like, will I be like exit liquidity? Like, will I be the one buying on the bags and being like dumped on and ending up like losing money? So that's the thing we want to avoid, you know. We want to avoid losing money, which is something that is not that easy, but the best way to not lose money is to not lose money. So to making sure you don't lose money is like selecting the proper asset every time you do buy something. So here I'm talking about investing, you know, not trading. So we have Celestia. They had some unlocks in the last few days, and they have some coming unlocks in like 20 days, something like that, which are massive, you know, in terms of like size. You know, it's almost 10% of the FDV of like TIA, which is pretty crazy. So if you go like on Twitter and you type TIA or like Celestia, so I think if you have done it in the past, I would say let's say a few days, few months. Basically, guys are shelling Celestia since it's higher than $10, and they are just like buying and being down like quite a lot, you know. Because let's say you bought at $15, thinking you have a kind of like a discount, you're down 70%, which is pretty painful, you know. And you never know if the price will go back up. You know, that's the thing. And I have a hard time trying to explain. Is like when a coin is like low, do you think it's a good buy? And it's not because the coin is low that it's a good buy, you know, because it can always go lower. So that's the thing here. So why should we buy Celestia? So first thing first, if we look at the token economics, we know we have a bunch of unlocks coming on October. And after that, we have kind of like, I would say, a normal release schedule with quite some inflation, but, you know, it's fair enough. So as long as the protocol, like the blockchain, has more growth than the inflation, kind of, then it's okay, you know. That was the case with Solana. They had some unlocks, but because the growth of like Solana was so high that people were just buying Solana, you know. So at the end of the day, the price goes up. But when you have some kind of like selling pressure, price goes down. So the first thing is like, will these guys who get their token will sell? For Celestia, it's kind of like a unique example, but the VC or like the private investors, I know a few of them, have invested like at a way lower valuation. So it was really, really a good deal. Like they are like above like 50x, let's say. So of course, when you get like Celestia token at this stage of the market, most likely you will sell, or you will be already short selling on perpetuals just to hedge your portfolio. So that's what a friend did. You know, I was chatting with him and he was trying to secure some gains. After that, Celestia went above like $12. So these are really way more advanced stuff. So don't do it. You know, it's not a financial advice. Manage risk properly. It's made like by experts. You know, if you're not an expert, don't do it. But it's interesting to know about it because perhaps one day you will become an expert and so you will be able to do it. And so he kind of like started to short a bit of Celestia to hedge his like VC bag to make sure he's pocketing some profit. And then the price went down, he closed it, and now he will receive more Celestia and be able to sell. So that's a good trade. That's a good investment and then a good trade. So here on the trading side of things, because of like the order flow that was going on here, I opened up a small long that I will most likely close before $6. But this is about trading. So yeah, of course you can trade Celestia. Here it's harder to short for a few reasons in terms of the order flow, but yeah, you can trade Celestia, but don't invest into Celestia. So of course, it's not a financial advice, it's just my way of thinking out loud. So I don't want to buy some Celestia to buy it and wait for spot. And I do believe that Celestia will go up if the whole market like goes up in the coming weeks, but will Celestia like overperform the coins that I do believe that will go up more? That's the question here. And that's why I don't want to buy it. And we did some cool like alpha trade on Celestia, $5 like last year. And we kind of like rocketed like a 2x kind of on this trade, which was pretty cool one. So these were like kind of like an investment, but kind of like a trade before all the unlocks coming. Yeah, here, so that was a pretty cool one. So it's a 2x. And that's the kind of trade you want to look at, you know, just entering into the market. For example, let's say we entered here and then you exit after doing 100%. You are in a trade during 20 days, you do 100%, then you're out. That's just perfect, you know. So you know my current conviction on the market, if you follow me, and I'm focused on this coin, you know. But yeah, Celestia is not I think a buy here. So I will not buy Perhaps I'm wrong. Let's hope I'm wrong for the whole market. And even though Celestia goes up, I think it will underperform the coin that I have bought spot. And so that's why I will not buy it. But still, I will still trade Celestia, especially when you have some very cool order flow here. And so I open up a small long. So that was kind of like the first video of like, don't be exit liquidity and the difference between investing, trading, and also make sure you understand what you are buying and like you check few things before buying. And inflation is not a bad thing. You know, some coins sometimes I buy, but they have some inflation. But because of the growth and everything, as I mentioned, it's a buy. So that was it for your first episode. That was your quants, and be careful on the market.